Before I start this video, I'd like to point out a mistake that I made throughout the video. I say this one was directed by Frank Capra Jr. That was a mistake. I was looking at the casing, this fiendish case right here, and I saw Frank Capra Jr., so I thought that this film was directed by Frank Capra Sr., so that's my bad. That's a mistake I made. That's on me. Sorry, I don't feel like reshooting the whole video. It was just a few moments here and there, so I'd like to give my sincerest apologies. Now, let's get started. What's up, guys? My name is Mr. Green, and in this video, we're going to be talking about Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Now, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was directed by Frank Capra Jr. and stars Jimmy Stewart, and I believe this is the only film of his that I've seen. I haven't seen Rear Window, I haven't seen Vertigo, and I'm really excited to see those films, and I'm really excited to talk about this one. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about what's good, talking about what's bad. I'm going to be reviewing the 4K Blu-ray that came in the Columbia Classics Volume 1. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump right into it and just give you my thoughts starting now. So out of all the films in the Columbia Classics Volume 1, this is the only one that I was not as excited about as the other ones. I was really excited to see Lawrence of Arabia. I wanted to rewatch Dr. Strangelove and Jerry Maguire. I was excited to see Gandhi and A League of Their Own, and I really didn't know much about Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, so I was very surprised by the film. I wasn't expecting it to be bad because it's in the Columbia Classics Volume 1, but this was a really solid film. Just really good. Really good. So let me talk about what's good in the film. I really liked Jimmy Stewart in this film. I thought he was magnificent. What I love about his character is that most politicians in movies are very sneaky, conniving, and vile. And this one's he's not really a politician. They make a point of that. But he's very caring, he's very genuine, he's very honest. And it's nice to see a honest, genuine, kind politician for once, because they're in short supply nowadays. Something that I did kind of like about the film was just its whole Go America stuff. Like nowadays you see just a lot of stuff that's just talking about how bad the country is, and seeing this this is just kind of a minor little thing, but I did kind of like seeing them going all America's pretty cool. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there, I guess. G and Arthur was also a very pleasant surprise in the film. I mean, again, I didn't expect any of these performances to be bad. I just didn't expect them to be as good as they were. And she was a definite highlight of the film. And I have to mention, Claude Rains back at it again. He's just sprinkled all throughout this Columbia Classics. Still major fan, think he was great in this film. And yeah, it was nice to see him there again. Frank Capra Jr. also directed this film really well. I really like the cinematography, the way the shots are lined up. I think the film is paced for the most part pretty well. I think by the middle of the film it starts to get a bit it starts to drag. That was kind of annoying, and it started to get slightly boring around the middle portion. Then it picks back up by the end, and the film doesn't even really have falling action. It just kind of leaves on a high note, so I really like that. I like it when films don't have falling action. But yeah, he directed this film very well. The shots and all, the pacing. Yeah, good. 5 stars. The film was also written very well. I think the screenplay and the script was really top notch for this film. Yeah, it was just written very well. And I want to talk about the end. I love the end. It took when I first finished the film and I thought about the end, I started to get kind of angry because I was really? I didn't get any resolution. I don't know what happened. He faints. Other guy says, "It's me," and he gives inspirational things, and then it just ends. But the more I thought about it, it was really all I needed. That speech was good that both Jimmy Stewart gave and the other guy whose name I'm blanking on. I Google it, but I'm using my phone to record this video, so that's a bit of a roadblock. But yeah, the speeches at the end were really nice, and I really like that. I did not expect him to faint. For a moment, I honestly thought he just died after the filibuster. I highly doubt that he did, because he had food. He wasn't gonna starve or die of dehydration there, I don't think. And yeah, that was just a grim thought that kind of ran through my mind. Another thing about the ending is the fact that during the filibuster, when he gets all those letters before he gives his big speech, that scene was very heartbreaking. Just seeing all of everything that he's worked so hard for is kind of just blowing up in his face. That was very heartbreaking to watch. Just wanted to put that out there again. I'm saying that a lot. Just a lot of repetition in this video. I'm just trying to hammer in the point. This is a very solid movie. So I'm just trying to reinforce the good stuff. So that's why there's lots of repeating. Repeated that phrase again, so I'm just gonna cut. So guys, in the end, I really liked Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It was a pleasant surprise. Very good movie, great performances, great ending, great directing. It's all really good, and I'm gonna give Mr. Smith Goes to Washington an A. Now, time to talk about the 4K release that came with the Columbia Classics Volume 1. This release is definitely one of the lesser ones. The ones that I think look really nice, I think Lawrence of Arabia, as I stated in this video right there, or there. I think it's there. There it is. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you. But as I stated in that video, that was the most beautiful 4K that I've ever seen. I think A League of Their Own was a massive upscale and also looked really nice. Gandhi looked beautiful as well. And this was kind of on the lower scale. It doesn't look as good. It did look since it's in black and white, it was a bit hard to make out because some of the blacks were a bit grayish, as were the whites. It seemed to kind of blur together a bit. It sounded really well. The audio track was very high end. It sounded very clear. There wasn't that much muffled audio. I think they nailed the audio. I'm just gonna say that. But as again, the visuals, they aren't bad. They're just not as good. They're not on par with Lawrence of Arabia or A League of Their Own. But it's not bad. Again, I recommend buying the whole box set. It's great. You get great films and they look amazing. So this is just one of the lesser ones in the box set. Now for the packaging, it's got the classic limited edition Columbia Classic slipcover, and then it's got the classic 4K boxing packaging, and it's got the classic poster. And the slipcover of Lawrence of Arabia had a quote. They all have quotes, and this one is, "The best Hollywood picture of the year, says the nation." What year did this come out? I don't actually know. I don't know what it was up against. It could have been a very bad year. It could have been a great year. It's 1939. So after I record this, I'm going to look up what movies came out in 1939. See if it really was the best picture of the year. Probably was. Now let's see the discs. Are there more than one? Yes, there are two. There aren't four like Lawrence of Arabia and Gandhi. They got unique artwork on the Blu-ray and the 4K right there. Yeah, just good casing. And for special features, they're all on the Blu-ray. None of the special features are on the 4K, which is kind of a bummer. I think the one that has the most special features on the 4K is Dr. Strangelove. But this one doesn't even have one. They're all on the Blu-ray, and they are audio commentary with Frank Capra Jr. Audio commentary with Frank Capra Jr. Frank Capra Jr. remembers Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Conversations with Frank Capra Jr. The Golden Years. Conversations with Frank Capra Jr. Our Family History. Frank Capra Collaboration. The Frank Capra I Knew. Frank Capra's American Dream. Feature-length documentary. And domestic and international trailers. They are all very Frank Capra heavy, so keep that in mind. So guys, I think the 4K release of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington that comes in the Columbia Classics Volume 1 it's a good release. Nothing spectacular, but it's a really good release, and I'm going to give the 4K of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington a 7 out of 10. Once again, highly recommend you buy the whole Columbia Classics. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description below. I leave links for all the Blu-rays and 4Ks that I review in the description. So if you want to go buy them, go down there. I recommend you hurry. The sales for the Columbia Classics There are no more sales. You're paying full price or you're paying more. Last I checked, it was 164. At some point, I know it went up to 200. So I got this for like, it was like on sale. So if you're gonna get it, go fast. I know they're probably like almost out of copies. Again, this is limited edition, limited. So get it now while you can. These will probably get their individual releases at some point. Probably not in the near future. So go order now. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, share, subscribe, do all the things, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.